All right. I think we is live. I think we is live. Let me get the mic volume together. All right. It's live. I think we is live. Let me get the mic. I'm that delayed. Why am I that delayed? Oh man, double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing today, chat? Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. We got KASH PATEL just raided John Bolton after he disrespected Trump. We got Gavin Newsom going off. We got DEI funding being cut, man. We got an action-packed episode, man. I want to know, chat, how do y'all feel about it? Is America safer right now? Is it not safer? I think they said Trump was patrolling the D.C. streets last night, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative. I don't care if you had a good night, man. Get your ass in here. We finna go live, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. Where that baby go there? Hold on, let me make sure my tag's working.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Okay, my tag's working. Where that baby go there, man?
My car if it don't come with no name. I told my niggas I don't like the beef cause that don't come with no check. I told my niggas to mark my word, I guarantee that I'm next. I got the arms of a bodybuilder from the way that I flex. Might just hit the strip just to go blow me a check. They know what the fuck I'm on. They say they ain't got some of the best gas, they call it Southern Joy. Chain on chain and ice on ice like Adam Sandler, I'm water boy. I know I'm all in the head. Bad bitch laying in my bed. Wait till I give her a spray. I'm a master with the head. Don't let these social fool you. These niggas broke, I know that they ain't bought it. Ain't got no car but talking shit. Okay, then little walkie talkie. I told that bitch to come home. I ain't got time for no bitch that's healing. Puff the blood, she called me daddy. And I'm screaming out no dick. I'ma make sure that she come. I'ma fuck her good with my tongue. I know the night is still young. So baby, let's get it in. I know just how she like it tonight. She spicy, she added a friend. They ain't identical, but they fuck alike. So in the bed, I call them twin. I call them twin. Bitch, and shoot a shoot. 1 + 1 that equal 2. What you tryna do? Go back for back, check a swoop for swoop. Either way it go, I'm on. Either way it go, I'm gone. Brody them just got like 100 on me, they tryna get them gone. What you call it, that wet? What's the name? And he put it in his song. Brody them got the purest product, it's pink, you know this shit is strong. No diddy. I'm the type of nigga that turn my bitch up in each city. Brody cut out, we celebrating, we hit the gritty. I'm feeling like a baby, I'm trying to get that milk about them titties. It's no question who young and the littest. If you want your bitch, then when she talking, hear her. If I want the bitch, I'm going Pittsburgh. Still her. I keep some on the side, I don't have trust in just the main bitch. Suck me up while I'm driving like damn, I'll die by this lane switch. Shit, different type of free, so we ain't never got a tussle. Throw it back like Miss London, and some of your life be hustle.
Oh man, double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing today, chat? Let's get the likes up as soon as we get in here, man. We got KASH PATEL just raided John Bolton, man. You know, we got clips of John Bolton saying Trump wasn't competent. We got clips saying Trump after the Trump and Putin meeting. You know, John Bolton was, you know, he had an opinion. Now we see his house getting raided, man. Big Niche, what it do, girl? We see his house getting raided, man. So we got live coverage, but we finna get into it, see what was said and what was going on. We also gonna get into Gavin Newsom. You know, he been going at Trump. He been going at JD Vance, calling him Alex. He been going at Trump with the AI pictures of Hulk Hogan and everybody putting their hands on him, man. What it do, Stein Stizzle the Great? So we finna see what's going on with Gavin Newsom. They also said Gavin Newsom got to pass that redistricting map. They said it was supposed to Californians were supposed to be able to have a 30-day review of the process, but they're fast tracking it to combat Texas. But they also said Trump is now calling for 100 more seats, man. We finna get into an art of war. What it do? Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. We on the daytime live. We finna see what's going on with John Bolton, and we gonna get into the other topics, man. I'm gonna get the phone lines open just here in a minute.
The Fox News alert, we're just learning the FBI agents have raided the Maryland home of former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton. It happened at 7 a.m. this morning.
Shortly after the raid began, FBI Director KASH PATEL posting on X, quote, No one is above the law. FBI agents on a mission.
David Spunt joins us now with more on this breaking news.
I
Hey,
think
David.
that's a pun. I think John Bolton, they have a clip of John Bolton saying no one is above the law. And then they got that viral clip of all the Democrats saying no one is above the law, no one is above the law, no one is above the law. Now you see the same rhetoric being used when they got John Bolton in his drawers outside his crib at 7 in the morning, man. I don't know if they're pictures, but I seen pictures of John Bolton in his drawers outside about 7 this morning, man. They went to his house, they went to his office, man. They trying to get John Bolton, man. And I told y'all he has been critical of Trump in the past, but let's get back into the clip.
David.
Hey guys, not much we can say at this point, but information will continue to develop. As you mentioned, about 7 o'clock this morning, FBI agents raided Ambassador Bolton's home. Notable, we're being told by 2 government sources that they are looking for classified documents as part of a potential leak investigation. We're told that Ambassador Bolton is not in custody. He's not under arrest. But it is notable they are at his Maryland home right now. We don't know how many agents are there. We're waiting to get a...
Thank you, Big Niece, for the flower with 30 jewels. Y'all double tap the screen. Give Big Niece some flames for her flower. They said that they raided his Maryland home, and they said it's due to leaks. They're saying he's leaking this stuff to the media, specifically mainstream media. I don't know if they're saying he's leaking it to outside sources or anything outside of the country, but they are saying on Twitter X that they're linking this to mainstream media. He's these documents and stuff, they're saying he's been leaking stuff to mainstream media.
A picture of the scene coming in right now, but we're told Ambassador Bolton, who was just on TV on another network a couple days ago talking about the Russia-Putin-Trump summit, is now under FBI investigation. Now, I want to be clear, these are long, and we're looking at some live photographs right now in Bethesda. That's clearly the road where Ambassador Bolton lives, and you can see some police cars outside there. But, this is going to be a long process. We saw the raid of former Trump advisor Roger Stone's home down in Florida several years ago. Eventually, he went to trial. We saw famously...
I'm going to ask y'all again, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What's up, OG Dave? What's up, OG Dave? Is this weaponization of the government? Are them sending the FBI to raid his home to look for these documents that they're accusing him of leaking and being an insider, leaking stuff to mainstream media? Is this a use of government power? Is this an abuse of government power? Are they going after him because of politics? Or do y'all really think he was leaking shit? Or do you think it's because he's been critical of Trump? I want to know, chat. What do y'all think? Is it because he's been critical of Trump? Press 1. Or is it because he's really doing bad stuff? Press 2, man. Is this weaponization of the government?
In August of 2022, exactly 3 years ago, a little bit more than 3 years ago, the raid on Mar-a-Lago that still has the FBI in hot water. That's a little bit of a different situation as it was a former president, but it deals with classified documents, guys.
So I did not realize this, but there was a probe going on when President Trump was in office last time because John Bolton wrote a book, and he violated his NDA, the president said, in doing it, and he felt as though there were classified information in that book.
Oh, he wrote a damn book and dropped some classified information. Oh, yeah, he's on the chopping block. I didn't know he wrote a book. They said this been going on. Oh, yeah, they want him bad. And they got his house all on TV. Crazy, chat. Crazy.
Probe dropped when Joe Biden became president. So is this picking up where that left off, David?
It's possible. I don't know with 100% certainty, but it is notable, guys, that John Bolton, Ambassador Bolton's security clearances were stripped earlier this year by President Trump. Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, took that security clearance away. They had concerns. The administration had...
They did say Tulsi Gabbard just stripped the security clearances of like 37 different people. I don't know if his name was on that list or a list prior to that, but they did say Tulsi Gabbard just stripped security clearances from about 37 people. You have the book, OG Pal. What's the book about, man? What's the book about? Is it a good read or not, OG Pal?
About Ambassador Bolton still being able to access some of these documents and have some of those security clearances. It's also notable that John Bolton had a security detail as well. because of the threats from Iran on his life. That security detail, that government federal paid security detail, was also taken away by President Trump. So Bolton was to have to get some private security. So we're looking outside this home right now in Bethesda, Maryland. We're told that Ambassador Bolton's being cooperative. He's not under arrest, not in custody at this point, but still notable, 7 o'clock on a Friday morning, that the FBI all of a sudden is knocking on the door of John Bolton's home. And I also will say it's important that, this is not just the FBI.
I'm going to come see you, Jack. That's what they doing right there. That's what Trump and them doing, the Trump administration. Like they said, he's not under arrest. He doesn't have any charges, but they tearing his house upside down, and they're not going to put it back together. They tearing his office upside down. They're not going to put it back together, man. They got this man outside, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. We are about 20 subs away from the next sub goal. Can we get 20 quick subscribers? Let's hit 30,000 today. Let's hit 30K today, chat.
Guy able to do this. A judge has to sign off on this. There are other layers involved here. It's not just the FBI says, let's go to John Bolton's house tomorrow morning and see if he has any classified documents. There are certainly more procedures in there. A judge and others would have had to sign off on this, as well as people at the Justice Department, presumably Attorney General Pam Bondi. No comment right now, though, from the Justice Department.
Pam Bondi gonna sign off on it, man. We'll probably see her do a press conference later, or Caroline do a press conference. I haven't watched Caroline's press conference since the other day. I need to go watch that too. But Caroline's gonna do a press conference. Pam Bondi, Tulsi Gabbard, they're gonna have something on their YouTube channels, and we'll be waiting on that.
No comment from the FBI as well.
So this started 40
Oh, yeah, it is the FBI, so it'll probably be KASH Patel. KASH Patel will probably come out later with Caroline and have like a conference about it.
minutes ago. And so agents are still, we believe, in the house right now going through things?
That's what we're told, yes, absolutely. They're going through things. It's not clear if he's still on scene, if he's in the house while this is happening. Sometimes that happens, sometimes... All
right, Chad, if they was raiding your crib like this looking for documents, would you want to be in the house with them while they did it, or would you want to be outside? Press 1 if you would want to be in the house with them. Press 2 if you would want to be outside, man. How would y'all want that handled if this was you in that situation?
Subject who owns the home or owns the property is not there. We know during the raid at Mar-a-Lago, President Trump was not even there at all. It was the summer, and he doesn't live at Mar-a-Lago in the summer. So it's not clear if Ambassador Bolton was even home. We're working to find that out, but we know that he was just, this is his primary residence. This is where he lives. He does TV appearances. He's still out and about. So it's unclear exactly where he is right now, but I'm just told he's not in custody. This deals with classified records, potential classified records, and, at which point we'll see down the line if a grand jury feels there is enough evidence for charges. But this is really the first step in what could be a long process, because they have to bring, first of all, agents have to sift through this information, go through all of this information. That could take weeks, that could take months. Then they present that information to a grand jury. A grand jury would say we have what's called a true bill, which means an indictment, and then the court proceedings happen. So I don't want to get over my skis and predict.
Okay, so right now, he's not being arrested, and he does not have any charges. They're going to go through all of the evidence, everything that they're going to remove from his house, which I'm assuming will probably be computers and, maybe some file cabinets and stuff. But they'll probably pull out the electronics and some file cabinets out of his crib. They're going to do a thorough search of everything. So I'm going to ask y'all, do y'all think he's going to get an indictment? Do y'all see an indictment coming? Put yes in the chat if you see an indictment coming. Put no in the chat if you do not see an indictment coming from this. But I'm gonna jump out on a limb and say they'll probably remove electronics and probably some file cabinets or something, man. They're gonna tear his house and his office up.
That's going to happen. May not happen, but it's still notable that this is going on right now.
In these raids, the New York Post is reporting that they busted into his home in Bethesda, Maryland. In a raid, normally, do they have, how do they get in the house? Would they ring the doorbell first and Bolton would come to the door?
Correct, yeah, that's usually what it is. I mean, they would ring the doorbell. I mean, that's the proper way that agents usually handle these situations. There's usually kind of a de-escalation of these things before tensions rise. And sometimes if they need to bust through the door. I've not confirmed that independently that they busted through the door. I'm not sure if it was any sort of ramrod or anything like that, so I don't want to get ahead of it. But that is possible. Yes, they will if they feel that they have probable cause to get.
I think AP, Associated Press, was streaming and it was showing the house, and I didn't see the door like busted open. Like, I don't know if it was like the front door or side door, but they were streaming and it was showing a door, so I don't think that they busted the door open.
Inside and need to get inside.
They said earlier that he was being cooperative, so if he's being cooperative, I'm pretty sure he just opened the door. Everybody double tap the screen for me, shut a live out. We go live every single day over here, or we post videos, man. We are 22 subscribers away from the next sub goal. If you're watching on your phone, you owe me a double tap because I guessed it. I got analytics. I know you're on your phone.
I will note we've not heard from Ambassador Bolton yet. I'm sure we will through his attorney. Or possibly himself. So it's something we're going to watch and see what he has to say. But as of now, this is still going on, 42 minutes or about 45 minutes or so into this on a Friday morning in a busy news cycle here in Washington, D.C.
So, obviously this comes after there's been renewed scrutiny of James Comey, former FBI director, and some of the leaks that came from his office. Do we have any sense that there are other figures that the FBI...
Just Let Them says he's making sure he does not have a copy of the Epstein files. I'm going to tell y'all, they said that it was a rumor and it was fake news that Venezuela's president offered $50 million for the release of the Epstein files. Trump put a $50 million bounty on Venezuela's president for his arrest. They said he responded by putting a $50 million bounty out for the Epstein files, which they fact-checked and said that's not true. But I'm going to ask y'all, do y'all see a situation to where that could be true? Put yes or no in the chat. They said it was not true. No sources confirmed it. But do y'all see where that could be true? Do you think Venezuela's president or another world leader would pay $50 million for that?
FBI is looking at as part of this investigation?
Well, we're not clear what this investigation is specifically, but yes, you're right that Fox has reported independently, yes, that agents are looking at James Comey. They're looking at, when I say agents, I should say the Department of Justice, looking at James Comey, looking at James Clapper, looking at John Brennan. Clapper was the former Director of National Intelligence, John Brennan, former CIA Director. So it's not clear if this is related to that, because John Bolton kind of hung in different circles than Comey and Clapper. He was on the inside during the first Trump administration as his national security advisor. So I'm not exactly sure if this is related to that.
Hey, in that picture they just had him in right here, he kind of looked like Frank Gallagher, didn't he? Don't he look like Frank Gallagher a little bit right there, Chad? Hey, press 1 in the chat if that top picture, the top picture of John Bolton, if he's looking like Frank Gallagher, man. He's looking a little bit like Frank Gallagher to me right there, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Trump administration as his national security advisor. So I'm not exactly sure if this is related to that, but it's notable this is related to classified documents. It looks like there was someone there in the front door. I'm not exactly sure who that is when the camera...
We were seeing FBI agents walk in, and then someone walked in. It looked like a female in civilian clothes, but it looked like she was holding papers, so maybe she works for the government.
Could be, yeah, could be, exactly.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah, he is going after John Bolton. Oh, the reason I mentioned the Epstein list is because somebody in the chat asked me about it. I mean, it is what it is, I don't think we're going to get the Epstein list. We should have been had it.
When we find out more, we'll let you know.
John Bolton was a contributor here for years. He was a vital member of the Bush administration. And when he walked in to help President Trump, there was a lot of optimism there would be a good match. They did some good things. He said, I was never proud of the president that when he walked away from the second Kim Jong-un meeting and refused to acquiesce and allowed to have a nuclear weapon, so he walked out. So, but since that time, he's been an extreme critic, even as late as last night.
Dang, chat. Everybody double tap the screen for me. I got a clip right here of I got a clip where Bolton was really critical of Trump, and I want to break this clip down, and I want y'all to tell me, like, do y'all think clips in that book? I didn't know at that time. At the time I was doing my research, setting up for this live, I didn't know he had wrote that book. But OG Dave says he has the book. But I did find this clip of Bolton being critical of Trump.
You are a liar who everybody...
So I want to break this clip down and see if y'all think that these clips, like, that's why I'm asking, do y'all think this is weaponization of the government? Like, clips and stuff like this come out, and then you see people getting raided or whatever, people getting raided, but at the same time, he might have the documents. Do they have intel? They said that in the book, he violated some NDAs. So I don't know if him violating NDAs have anything to do with stealing classified documents. You know, it's kind of different to me, but we finna see. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. The raid, yeah, Mortis, they said the reason for the raid was classified documents and leaks. They've been investigating leaks coming out of there, and they're saying that he could be a source of these leaks, so they're searching his home and his office for classified documents. And on Twitter, they're saying he was leaking things to the media, the mainstream media. That's what they're saying on Twitter. Alleged.
in the White House hated, and he told Fox News that you were a washed-up guy who broke the law. What do you say in response to President Trump?
You know, whoever hired Bolton should get fired. I've been accused of a lot of things over the course of my career. I've never been accused of hiding my views. So I think he knew what he was getting. Certainly he could have and did, I know, call a lot of people. You know, ultimately, a test of leadership, whether you're president or...
I got on some Tommy Hilfiger drawers, bro. I got on some Tommy Hilfiger drawers. Did that make your day any better? You coming here asking what kind of underwear am I wearing? I got on some Tommy Hilfiger drawers, bro. What more do you want from me, bro? Let's be real here. Y'all double tap the screen, shut a live out, man, for the weirdos in here.
Running a small business is you're willing to own the decisions you make.
Is Donald Trump fit to be president?
No, I don't think he's competent to be president. I think that...
that right there got him rated. Listen to what he said about Trump. Listen to what he said.
In December, we have the awards.
Damn, my bad, Chad. Damn. I gotta reload the clip. Hold on, Chad. I gotta reload the clip. But that right there got him rated, man. He called that man not competent, man. Now everybody running around calling everybody low IQ this, low IQ that. Yeah, this shit right here got him rated, man. It was for sure after this here.
You are a liar who everybody in the White House hated, and he told Fox News that you were a washed-up guy who broke the law. What do you say in response to President Trump?
You know, whoever hired Bolton should get fired. I've been accused of a lot of things over the course of my career. I've never been accused of hiding my views. So I think he knew what he was getting. Certainly he could have and did, I know, call a lot of people. You know, ultimately...
They're saying this is... John Bolton, the head of the FBI raid, said Trump not competent to be president. This is a 2020 interview, but he also spoke on a Putin and Trump meeting in Alaska as well. He said that Trump didn't win. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say Trump lost bad. We're going to watch that clip too. Essence says she's about to read the books. If somebody has a digital file of that book, man, drop it in the Discord if y'all have a digital file of that book. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We do need 25 more subscribers to hit the next sub goal. And if you are watching on your phone, double tap the screen. Don't freeload in here, they said don't be a freeloader now. They said everybody got to pay their fair share. They said that they just cut out almost $1 billion worth of funding from DEI. Everybody got to pay their fair share now. Double tap that screen when you come through the door. Take your shoes off. I got some plain lays. We do have refreshments coming.
Ultimately, a test of leadership, whether you're president or running a small business, is you're willing to own the decisions you make.
Is Donald Trump fit to be president?
No, I don't think he's competent to be president. I think that he's almost proud of not learning much about the subject matter of national security, certainly. I think.
Now, right there, I'm not gonna lie. We did have a signal chat. Y'all remember the signal chats where they was talking about what was going on over there in the signal chat. So, at the early onset of this administration, national security has been questioned a lot. The left is coming hard at the right, at this administration about national security concerns. And I can just speak to that, the P. Hegseth and the signal chats, man. They was on his ass about that shit.
I think that his political instincts are all about Donald Trump. And I think his communications.
You said, do you have any idea what top secret documents this guy was hiding in his house? No, they're saying that this investigation is going to be ongoing. Whatever they remove from his house, they're going to have to go through it very thoroughly. And then if they find something worthy, they'll bring out an indictment on him. So I'm saying that they'll probably pull out the electronics from his house and some file cabinets and stuff like that. Go through those, see what they can see, and figure out if they're going to bring charges on him or not. But they said we're at least a few weeks away from any charges coming, if any are going to come, because they got to go through everything.
Have helped continue to degrade the political society that we have here, which was already under pressure. This didn't start with the Trump administration, but I think he has made it worse.
You accuse Democrats of impeachment malpractice. If you had testified, would the outcome have been different?
I don't think it would have been different at all because of the way the House advocates of impeachment structured their campaign. And if you go back to September of 2019, I resigned on September the 10th. The whistleblower, I think, came out the next day.
That's stuff like that. I resigned on September 10th. The whistleblower came out the next day, and he said that she's saying that he was accusing the Democrats of election malpractice. Let's go back a little bit, chat. I need everybody to double tap the screen and shut the live out. We are 25 subs away from the next sub goal. All the words say we are about 40 likes away from that 100 likes, man. Let's get to 100 likes right quick for me. Let's get to 100 likes. Is he free? Yes, he is free because they haven't arrested him or brought any charges. Right now, they're just raiding his home and his office, looking for the classified documents. So he has no charges yet. So yes, he is free.
That's of impeachment malpractice. If you had testified, would the outcome have been different?
I don't think it would have been different at all because of the way the House advocates of impeachment structured their campaign. And if you go back to September of 2019, I resigned on September the 10th. The whistleblower, I think, came out the next day. Trump released the Ukraine money on September the 11th. The whistleblower emerged. Things started exploding. And almost overnight, the Democrats were on the way to impeachment because of Ukraine. They drove Republicans into their corner. And even Republicans who might have been sympathetic to trying to hear and understand the full context of Ukraine, and then possibly other issues, were in a defensive crouch. It guaranteed that the vote on the House floor on the articles of impeachment would be essentially party line, and that in turn guaranteed that the vote in the Senate was going to be on party lines.
Would you have thought that the Ukraine matter was an impeachable offense that you would have voted to convict?
Well, I think I probably would have, although honestly, we still don't know everything there is to know about Ukraine. And a lot of conduct can be reprehensible without being impeachable.
Are you going to vote for Trump in November?
I'm not going to vote for Trump. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to vote for Biden either. I think a number of Republicans who turned against Trump are going to vote for Biden. That's obviously their decision. But I think it's critical the day after the election, whether Trump wins or loses, that the battle for the soul of the Republican Party begins.
He said that shit straight. I'm not going to vote for Trump. I'm not voting for Biden either, man. Straight up. He said he ain't with that shit. Here goes some new reports coming out, too.
We learned just moments ago, according to a source, that the FBI conducted a court-authorized search at the home of John Bolton as part of a national security investigation. John Bolton, former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, former national security advisor under the first Trump administration, a frequent critic of late of President Trump, a frequent vocal critic of President Trump, and President Trump has been a frequent vocal critic of John Bolton. Lots of bad blood between these two men, but again, learning that there is a court-authorized FBI search at John Bolton's home this morning. Let's bring in CNN's Caitlin Polantz for the very latest on this. We saw pictures of officers around the home of John Bolton. What's known at this time?
Well, John, we are looking at these pictures of John Bolton's home in Maryland being searched by the FBI, or FBI officials going to his door to conduct.
Double tap the screen, shut live out. Trump is getting ready to speak at the White House, man. Press 1 if y'all want to catch that live. Trump is getting ready to speak at the White House. I don't know if he's going to speak on John Bolton or not, but I'm sure they're going to ask some questions about it. So we're waiting on Trump to get situated to speak. Y'all let me know if y'all want to see it. Double tap the screen, shut live out.
Search. And we have confirmed that the FBI conducted that court-authorized search, meaning that they would have gone to a court as part of a very likely criminal probe. Our understanding is this part of a national security investigation. Exactly what that would be and what sort of reasoning the Justice Department and the FBI would give the court for conducting that national security search, still a huge question here. But this is a person that Donald Trump has been very much on the outs with since he wrote a book about his service in the first Trump administration when John Bolton was the national security.
All right, well, bet. What's up, Court? I hope you're having a good day, Court. Ted Jess, I said, what up? We're gonna watch it. They're getting ready to cue it up now. They just got, the cameras there, like the blank screen where it's saying getting ready for Trump. So I'm on the back end. As soon as Trump gets ready to speak, I'm gonna pull it up and we'll do a live reaction, man. We ain't done one of those in a minute.
Advisor to President Donald Trump. At that time, Trump was very unhappy that Bolton was talking about things that Trump did that made Trump look very bad publicly, ways that Trump himself handled other foreign leaders, national security, classified issues. And Trump at that time, back in 2020, was saying that John Bolton should face criminal problems for allegedly publishing classified information. Trump was saying that any conversation with him was classified and thus none of it should have been able to be revealed in John Bolton's book. That then led to a grand jury investigation of John Bolton in the District of Columbia's federal court. It resulted in no charges. So what this is there a link to that situation? This is official that we know has a lot of classified information over his long tenured service in government. So John Bolton now.
You said the poll says a lot of liberals listen to me. I'm the voice of the politically homeless. I think by far and large I have both sides. Like, you come in here on the nighttime, you might be maggot out. You know what I'm saying? You come in here during the day, it might be liberal out. You come in here sometimes, it might just be up here running my mouth saying, what the hell is going on both sides? You know what I'm saying? Straight up, I'm the voice of politically homeless. Double tap the screen, shut live out, man. I'm about to open up the call lines right now so y'all can call in. Somebody drop the phone number for me. Somebody drop the phone number and I'll open up the call line so we can hear y'all's thoughts and opinions, man. I want to hear from the people today. I do want to hear from the people today. I'll drop the phone number myself. I don't got time to wait. I got a little delay. I'll drop the phone number myself right there. Okay, if anybody wants to call in, that's the phone line right there. Double tap the screen, shut live out. I am still on the back end waiting for Trump to come speak.
Now being under investigation again after not being in government for several years. We are going to have a lot of questions going forward. I've reached out to John Bolton's attorney, who handled his issues through the first grand jury investigation, and CNN reached Bolton directly this morning. Bolton said he was unaware of this FBI activity and was looking into it further. John?
No, I'm from Arkansas, Wizard. I am from Arkansas.
right, Caitlin Polans for us, digging on this in Washington as this information continues to come in. One point Caitlin's making there. John Bolton had high-profile lawyers the first time around. He himself, a very accomplished lawyer as well. Just to keep in mind, those critics and supporters of him would both, I think, concede that point.
Yeah, and remember, it was since Trump came into office, he also stripped Bolton of the security clearance as well. This is not the first time that they've gone after him. I remember at the time, Bolton, I think he kind of laughed about it because it wasn't as if he was looking for going to be leaning on that anytime soon. But let's continue covering this breaking news. Andy McCabe is sticking with us. Megan Hayes, David Urban, Caitlin Polans here as well. David, I was just looking back to just last week because John referenced it, which is the president was very unhappy with John Bolton and what he was saying, his take and his analysis of the president's meeting with Putin. I'm going to read this for you. This is what President Trump put out on social media. This was just a week ago on August 13th. Very unfair media at work on my meeting with Putin, constantly quoting fired losers and really dumb people like John Bolton, who just said that even though the meeting is on American soil, Putin has already won. What's that all about? That clearly, John, what do you think it is about John Bolton that gets so under Donald Trump's skin?
Well, you know, he clearly doesn't agree with the president. He clearly, attacks him on a wide variety of fronts, some justified, some perhaps not. But it's been pointed out, this doesn't stem, I don't believe, from this past week. I think this stems going back to 2020 when John Bolton published this book and the manuscript was leaked after the National Security Council told Bolton's lawyers that it could not be published because it contained classified information.
Okay, you said eggs are $1.78 in California. How much are eggs where you guys are, man? I believe last time I bought some eggs, they were about $3, maybe $3 at the Dollar General. I think I bought some eggs from Dollar General when I was in there. They were about $3, man. How much is eggs where you are, man? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. They said Trump just said that he didn't know about this John Bolton raid. So I'm gonna play that clip after this, and we are still waiting for him to speak from the White House. I believe he's going to speak from the White House.
And it was going to be a problem, and the manuscript leaked to different news outlets, and it was quite a kerfuffle. If you remember back in 2020, it was a big deal in terms of what was being published and what wasn't, and there was a lot of questions. And so I think this is, 100% about that, and not so much about the most recent brush up between John Bolton and the president.
No, but the timing, I think, will be called into question, given, of course, that John Bolton hasn't held a government job in years and years and years, and it comes following some very public criticism from the president. Andy McCabe, to you, what exactly does a court-authorized search mean? What are the types of things that are searched for when officers walk into that house? And in a normal FBI, in a standard FBI, what hurdles would you have to surmount in order to get to the point where you go to a judge to ask for this warrant?
Sure. So the court-authorized activity, or however they're describing it, is only one thing. It means that the FBI has a search warrant, which means that agents who were already conducting an investigation assembled enough evidence together and presented it to a federal judge and convinced that judge that there is probable cause to believe that John Bolton's residence contains some evidence of a crime. Now, we don't know what that evidence is. We don't know what the crime is alleged to be. We don't have any of those facts at this point. But agents...
That's what's crazy. Right now, they're just looking for documents. They don't have any charges on him, so we can't say that we have an alleged crime because there is no charges. It's just a part of their investigation to this point. We are still waiting for Trump to speak. He was supposed to start at 12 p.m. Eastern time. They always about 15, 20 minutes late, so we're going to keep running clips until Trump takes the stage. But I do need you guys to subscribe to the channel. We go live every single day over here talking politics, entertainment, and current events. I do have the call lines open. Nobody has called in yet. If you want to call in and have a convo with me, give me your thoughts and opinions about what's going on, man. How you feel about John Bolton being raided? How you feel about Gavin Newsom going at Trump with the AI pictures, man? Call in. You're an American. Call in and let me know how you feel as an American. I don't care if you left, right. I don't care if you're a centrist. I don't care if you don't vote. You know what I'm saying? If it whatever, man, call in, man. Let me know how you feel, man. Maybe that'll make a few more people more comfortable, man, and we can have some good conversations, man, before Trump takes the stage. You get back to the clip, chat. I do need y'all to double tap the screen, though, man. Let's get the likes up.
Just go in and say to the judge, hey, I think that this guy has some classified documents around his house because he used to have an important job. That's not going to get you there. Typically, what you want for probable cause to enter a home is you want to be able to cite the testimony of a eyewitness, somebody who's already been in the home and has seen documents, or who has spoken to the person and has reason to believe that they have documents. Or in the case of many national security cases where people who are in government are thought to be taking improperly materials home, something like that.
Art of War, thank you for the $30 donation, Art of War. Y'all get Art of War some likes on that $30 donation, man. Almost 30K subs. Art of War been here since 300. Almost 30K subs. Art of War been here since before 300, man. Thank you, Art of War, for your continued support, my boy. Appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate you, Art of War.
Those people are usually surveilled to assemble that sort of evidence to build towards a search warrant. So agents had to have some evidence here. We just don't know what that is at this point.
Do we still have Caitlin Polance, guys? Caitlin, sorry, Caitlin, lots of moving parts as always. Do we know if this search of John Bolton's home has concluded?
The reporting that we have right now is that the FBI conducted the search.
Okay.
So it could take some time. Sometimes these searches do take some time because the FBI collects documents, information, especially in a national security probe. And John and Kate, we do not know, again, what this would be about, what the probable cause would be that the court authorized this search for the FBI. We reached out to the FBI. They do not have a comment at this.
Call from
Marcus.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hold on, chat. Hey, Marcus, my audio a little messed up, man, so call me right back in about 2 or 3 minutes, so I'll give you a call right back. Let me get the audio together.
Okay.
All right. I don't know why it does that, chat. I don't know why it does that on the audio, man. Let me make sure my other audio is not tripping, chat. Let me make sure the other audio.
Time about what is going on here.
Oh my God.
But these sorts of things, these sorts of.
The other audio is tripping, chat. Y'all give me 1 second, chat. I gotta get it together, man. I don't know why every time I cut the call line on it does that weird stuff. I don't know, bro. Let's do it like this. I gotta figure that part out, chat. Oh, it's still like that, chat. I'm not gonna lie. Wow, what am I gonna have to do? All right, am I back? Chat, I'm not gonna lie. Chat, did it let me come back? Did it let me come back, chat? Am I back? Did it let me come back? Okay, I am back. We lit. All right, chat. I don't know what happened. They messed up my audio, but let me call that caller back. Let me call that caller back. I had actually started another. Damn live because I didn't know this one was still here.
Hello?
What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Marcus. I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
What's going on, Marcus from Charlotte?
I just wanted to give my 2 cents because I've been raided by the FBI too.
Okay.
So I have a little bit of first-hand experience. So a lot of people will think if they're kicking down your door that they actively have shit on you, but the reality is they just have to have probable cause to establish. They have to have probable cause to get a warrant, an initial search warrant. And with feds, it's a little bit weird, especially with FISA courts and stuff like that. They got a FISA warrant to raid me, and I'd never left the country before. And that's what FISA warrants are supposed to be for, is for trying people that are outside of the country.
Wow, that's crazy.
But, yeah, so the FISA courts are wild because after 9/11, they expanded the context under which they could be used with the Patriot Act and all that other stuff.
Right.
I had to become a pseudo expert on a lot of this stuff just because of the crap that was going on in my life. Accused of being a right-wing domestic terrorist in 2022.
Okay.
I was a security contractor that worked security for BLM events and shit like that. And I was just that doesn't even track with anything I've done.
So how did it make you feel? Take us through that day. Take us through the day that they came for you.
Well, I was unrelated to the actual search warrant and everything, but I was recovering in the hospital from getting shot in the spine and paralyzed when I got raided. Totally unrelated to my line of work. There was an accidental shooting that happened outside of that whole investigation. So I actually wasn't there when they kicked in the door. But so many federal agents going in and out of my tiny 2-bedroom apartment that they catered Chick-fil-A on the lawn.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long were they in there?
We weren't able to get back into my apartment for at least a month.
For at least how long?
For at least a month.
A month. Damn, I thought you said a night. A month? Wow. So you said they long as they have probable cause, that was enough for them to have your house for a month.
Yeah, and if you remember, during the Biden administration, the FBI came out and was like, oh yeah, the impetus that was established by the FBI to survey the Trump campaign, because they came out and admitted that while Obama was still in office, they were like, oh yeah, somebody falsified a Russia dossier, the Russia hoax thing, which the Biden administration's FBI admitted, yeah, that was not true.
Okay.
That was fabricated, and we fell for it. But we don't really have a really hard, fast understanding of who was responsible for all that.
So is that kind of why they're probably gonna approach it like a conspiracy?
Well, I mean, a separate charge, conspiracy to commit a crime. In this, at least in the federal context, conspiracy means something different. It's it means that you're planning to do something.
Okay.
This has already happened. So the issue that you're running into right now is they have crime that has already been carried out that doesn't really have a lot of like statute of limitations or anything like that. The closest thing we have is like some like stuff connected to fraud laws, I think. I have a friend who's a lawyer who went on a whole tirade about this a few days ago, and I don't remember all of it, so don't.
No, for sure.
For not knowing, like, I'm not an expert.
No,
I'm an expert on getting raided by the FBI, not about their whole procedure.
Yeah, no, I never knew about the difference, especially the out of the country, clause that they had or whatever. I never knew about any of that. This is all news to me.
Court. Yeah. Federal, international, what does that stand for? Like FISA.
You said the Democrat judges won't release the Epstein files because they have to have, it has to be presented the right way. Like I said, it's
actually, yeah, that's true. So the thing is that it is an ongoing investigation. And strictly speaking, there are people who have come forward as witnesses in the closed Epstein case that cannot be made public. They were assured by the federal government that they cannot be, like, that their identities cannot be disclosed and whatever. The thing with the Epstein, case is so if there was ever a dossier of everyone that actually did illegal stuff, the second he got arrested the first time, it was destroyed. It became too dangerous to have that. Like, that becomes radioactive. Nobody wants anywhere near it, so they destroyed that immediately. Now, what they do have is they have his flight logs, the guest lists from people that have been to the island, a number of other things like that, but those don't mean that people did shit.
Correct.
It just means, like, a guy had a tropical paradise of an island. Somebody invites you to come out to their private island. If you don't know that he's trafficking children, you're going to be like, oh, fuck yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this. What do you think is going to, do you think anything will come in this John Bolton raid? Do you think they'll eventually bring charges, or do you think this is just, for the media?
I think what they're going to do is they're going to use the threat of the federal investigation, because if you're in John Bolton's position, it has never occurred to you that you're going to be on the receiving end of one of these federal investigations. Feds are supposed to be insulated from this kind of stuff. So I think they're banking on him panicking. Being raided, because it's not something that typically happens to feds. So I think what they're going to try and do is they're going to try and apply pressure through the investigation, him to roll on other people.
Okay. How do you think he handles that pressure?
John Bolton, he is a career, he has a long career in the federal government, but I haven't seen him stand up to cross-examination before. I don't know how he handles good cop, bad cop. I don't know how, not literally good cop, bad cop, but I don't know how he's going to end up handling being grilled by a really effective interrogator.
I'm going to say this. I think John Bolton is going to get up there and say what the fuck he got to say, man. I think John Bolton probably going to be real direct, too.
I think that it would behoove him to do so.
I think he's going to be real direct.
Because I think what's probably going to happen is they're going to be like, okay, who gave you this information that was acted upon? Yada. And I think he's just going to save his own neck because, there's no reason for him not to.
Even when I say I think he's going to be real direct, I don't even think he's just going to throw people under the bus or do whatever. I think he's going to answer them because he understands how this security shit goes. He understands if they asking these questions, they probably know something, man. I think he's going to be really direct.
Well, there's also another thing is to keep in mind.
Because he knows how deep this security shit goes. He knows how deep it goes.
Federal agents are allowed to lie but you're not allowed to lie to federal agents. Like lying to a federal agent is a crime, but a federal agent lying to you is not. I think he might slip up because he's used to that dichotomy. So I think they might try to catch him in a lie, and they're going to use that against him.
What's up, Torsten? I want everybody to double tap the screen and shut our live out. Matter of fact, we got about 500 people in here. Where is everybody from? Shout out your city, your state, or your region. If you don't want to shout out your city, shout out your state. If you don't want to shout out your state, shout out your region. I started, man. I'm from the deep, dirty South, man, Arkansas. Double tap the screen, shut our live out. Okay, man, caller, I appreciate you. Do you have any questions for me before I open the call lines back up?
No, I just wanted to give my 2 cents. Just because you're being raided doesn't mean you're even being pursued for a crime. It just means that you're currently under investigation, or there is an investigation currently underway. I've been through the whole process myself, and a lot of people are like, "Oh man, I bet you must hate the FBI because they falsely accuse you or falsely investigate you of potentially being a domestic terrorist." And I'm like, well, what's the alternative? They don't investigate somebody that's suspected of that? The alternative is not really acceptable. I think what should have happened is the second they realized it wasn't true, they should have dropped it, which they didn't do. But the initial investigation I thought was totally justified because of the context of it.
How long did they take you through that?
A few years.
Okay.
Technically, the investigation is still open.
Shit.
Refused to close it because they don't want to admit that they were wrong.
Okay. Well, man, I wish you the best on that, man. I appreciate you for calling in, man. I hope you subscribe to the channel, man, and give us a call back one day.
Absolutely. I already subscribed. Thanks, man.
All right, man. You have a good day.
You too.
All right, chat. We're still waiting on Trump to take the stage. So I'm gonna get back to this clip that I was playing before the audio got interrupted. I'm gonna get back to the clip that we were playing. It's a fresh batch of people in here, so I'm gonna start the damn clip over.
Former national security advisor under the first Trump administration, a frequent critic of late of President Trump, a frequent vocal critic of President Trump, and President Trump has been a frequent vocal critic of John Bolton. Lots of bad blood between these two men, but again, learning that there is a court-authorized FBI search at John Bolton's home this morning. Let's bring in CNN's Caitlin Polantz for the very latest on this. We saw pictures of officers around the home of John Bolton. What's known at this time?
Well, John, we are looking at these pictures of John Bolton's home in Maryland being searched by the FBI, or FBI officials going to his door to conduct a search. And we have confirmed that the FBI conducted that court-authorized search, meaning that they would have gone to a court as part of a very likely criminal probe. Our understanding is this part of a national security investigation. Exactly what that would be and what sort of reasoning the Justice Department and the FBI would give the court for conducting that national security search, still a huge question here. But this is a person that Donald Trump has been very much on the outs with since he wrote a book about his service in the first Trump administration when John Bolton was the national security advisor to President Donald Trump. At that time, Trump was very unhappy that Bolton was talking about things that Trump did that made Trump look very bad publicly, ways that Trump himself handled other foreign leaders, national security, classified issues. And Trump at that time, back in 2020, was saying that John Bolton should face criminal problems for allegedly publishing classified information. Trump was saying that any conversation with him was classified, and thus none of it should have been able to be revealed in John Bolton's book. That then led to a grand jury investigation.
What's going on, caller? What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, good morning, sir. My name's Cameron. I'm from Houston.
What's going on, Cameron from Houston? How you doing this morning?
Solid, man. Hey, shout out to Arkansas, man. This is solid. Just salt to the earth people there. Yeah, man. Is it okay if I comment on the John Bolton thing and something else?
Yeah, nah, man, go ahead.
Yeah, so listen, John Bolton, he is a operative of Washington. This man, he made a career out of it. And so I would not be surprised, given his pro-war stance. He's been pro-war for a very long time, especially against Iran. So we see some of his old employers, not from Trump's administration, but from the Bush administration and possibly even the Obama administration, I could absolutely see the resources being sent his way in terms of lawyers, in terms of advisors, and he's smart enough not to open his mouth at this stage in terms of talking to the FBI or talking to anybody. I guarantee you he's got at least 3 lawyers deep. He's going to keep his mouth shut. I think it's a theory, but another thing I know he's probably done is collecting dirt on everyone for anything. It's almost like just like a distraction, but it's also just leverage against anyone who might scorn him, especially Trump.
Okay. No, for sure, for sure. I'm trying to get my laptop to charge right quick, Chad. All right. What else did you want to comment on?
The thing too, this is just coming from just gut instinct. It's kind of speculative, but I think the reason we're seeing such a jump in federal and National Guard presence in D.C. is when Congress comes back from summer recess, I believe in September. One of the first things they're going to do, especially on the Democrat side, is they're going to make a concerted and united effort to push to get those Epstein files released. And I think once people find if it makes it to a vote, and if the Department of Justice has to release it because of a congressional vote, that's when I think you might see some mass protests start to arrive in D.C. But the thing is, I mean, if you have nothing but feds and National Guard, especially our National Guard, on the streets, you kind of run into a buzzsaw, especially with a group of very, very angry people, justified anger, on both sides, wondering why you got representatives of our government, the most powerful people in the world, hanging out with this guy.
Okay. But I thought they said they could only be there for 30 days.
Repeat that, I'm sorry. I said I thought they said that he can only be there for 30 days. What I think he might do, he might cycle the D.C. National Guard out, and he may, before the files get released, he may convince a few governors of Republican states to keep sending National Guard, almost like cycling them in and out.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out why the hell my laptop's not charging, bro. All right, caller, man. I appreciate you for calling in. I'm sorry, man. I'm having some technical difficulties. Let me take this other caller right quick.
Yeah, you good, man. Thanks.
All right, man. Let me take this other call to chat because my laptop's not charging right now, bro. And I don't know what's going on. It's about to piss me off, chat. Like, what? It just stopped charging. This is crazy, man. Chad, why they do me like this, Chad? Why they do me like this, Chad? They always do me like this, man. This is crazy, bro. My laptop really not charging. Well, this is what we gonna do, chat. I gotta figure out why the hell my laptop not charging. And we got like 11%. So, I don't know what to tell you, man. It sucks, man. We're having a really good stream, man. We're having a really good stream. Oh, man, bro. It's gotta be my charger. Well, all right, man, chat. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, rocking with me. We having technical difficulties. I'm not in studio right now. I'm not at the regular spot, man. So hopefully I can get this situated within the hour, man, and we'll come back live. If not, I will see y'all tonight, man. Double tap the screen, share the live out, man. Share this video out far and wide. Be sure to subscribe on your way out, man. We'll see y'all on the next one, chat.